Okay.
Okay, call the meeting to order at 3 o'clock. Special meeting, 2 o'clock, excuse me, 2 o'clock. It says 3 up there.
We
Yeah, they haven't
changed
changed
the
it.
time.
Oh, it didn't, well, it should have changed on its
I'm
own.
confused.
It should have changed,
What time is it? I don't know.
it should have
It's
changed
2
on its
o'clock.
own.
I'm
Sorry about that.
Yeah. I knew it was, but I saw that and it just, so, we have a quorum, we established a quorum. And we have Robert as a guest and he has some public comments. So you got the podium. If you want to do
I'm
it
sorry
now.
I screwed up your meeting. I just saw it all. I thought it was you weren't gonna have a meeting this week.
You're gonna be here Wednesday, you come back and.
I may not be. You may be lucky as the devil, huh?
Yeah.
The, you know, one time, for some reason, I watched my water statements, my irrigation statements, and you put me on the agenda one time, that and on community ditches, and you know, I know what my times are, I know what my stuff is, and in my time that I have to appeal what they send out, and unfortunately they send out, you know, they're always late, the first statement, you know, you're halfway through your allotment before you even get your statement. And I send an email to Kathy and Robert and Josh and, hey, this and this and this one. And, oh, well, yeah, we are. And then it just goes on. And every year, there's some of them that never get changed. And
You've asked for a change, or you've asked for a revision or
an adjustment.
adjustment.
That's what I call it.
Okay.
And you know, I understand that, you know, you would think the first irrigation of the year, and the one that I had a problem with this year, it's got a dirt ditch, and I'm the only farmer on there, and it's got a concrete ditch. And the first one is a bigger one because we didn't have any water, you know, it was return flow. And then the next one was like 40% larger, and it's every year. And I know you're overseas people, it's TECQ. Well, writing letters to them is like, is worthless. And I don't want to go ahead and go to spend the money on mediation, and I don't know what to do. We've had it on the agenda here. You put it on the agenda one time, and you says that's between them. And the same thing on the community ditches. Your jurisdiction ends at the turnout. Well, and I've got other problems on this stuff. And I'm not a paperwork type of person. I'd rather be in the field or out with the cattle or whatever. But looking through the stuff, you know, one of the remedies to this, and I've got a problem, you know, the nicest man I've ever met in all my stuff on the Pecos, New Mexico or Texas or up above or whatever, is Mr. Luna. He's the water master because I deal with him on stuff below Fort Whitman.
Below Fort Whitman.
Yes, sir. But you know, maybe what I should do, I read in the water law, maybe I should get the 24, 25 signatures and give them to TECQ from here and get a water master up here, and I won't have to go down there and argue with Danny and all this, and I won't have to argue with you all or Kathy or anything on that. I'll just sit on the water master's desk and let him take care of my problems.
I don't ever argue with you, Robert.
Well, no, you don't. You're one of you've always taken care of us, Johnny.
We hate for those problems, and I don't fully understand it, but, you know, I mean, not because I'm not, haven't heard a lot of it before.
Right.
But, so what you're saying is that you're not getting attention from the guys here to try to resolve the problem?
Well, exactly. I mean, I could show you, this year, we went back and forth with email, this and that, and this and that, and you just they wear me out. And you know, I've got other things to worry about than 2 hours longer on an irrigation, and they're not big irrigation, they're 8 or 10 acres or whatever, and you know, they should pretty well follow themselves. I know if you got 150 acres, so a lot of things change. But on a small irrigation that normally knocks them out every time, and my guy says, we've got low water. When I'm on my irrigation, the best thing I've got is a digital waterproof camera. And when I got low water, I take a picture. And I may not have to use it, but it's in the card, and if I have to pull it up. But if I got my guy that says there's low water, and I got one that's 40% more than my other irrigations, they should think, yeah, he had low water. Why don't we just I've told him, I said, well, just give me the average of the stuff. Why would one of them be 40% more? And it just, and then I get on other stuff and it just falls off, and at the end of the year, every time I thought, you know what, it's already, and it's just annoying to me, if it makes any sense to you. And the community ditch is the same way. I've got 7 on the quadrilla that I can use, because I've got ground on them, right? Well, the one was taken off, and I've been in litigation on that thing. I've had Fields on it, I've had Robert Pearson, and I've got Paul Grahead on it, and it's costing me a lot of money. And you know what? They took the other guy's side, and they should have arrested him. And you know what? He's not the smartest guy. You know what he said in his latest deal with the court? Well, I took the ditch out because I wanted my alfalfa field to be bigger. And I've got another one where the doctor bought some ground.
And that was your ditch too.
And the doctor bought some ground. Now I've got to ask permission to irrigate through his ground. The ditch has been there. I've got some over here of Mr. Rushing stuff.
Community ditch deal, right?
Yeah, I've got some of that, yeah, but you all are getting, I can show you where you get involved in it. Where I've got to get the permission. On Rushing stuff over here, I was one of the first person to buy some of the EW and Mrs. Rushing, I forget her name, but they had some stuff over here in Flint. They had stuff all over. And I was the first person, and they said, well, you've got to have permission from this project to irrigate. Really? Well, I've got like 33 people below me, and I want them to produce the documents that says that I gave permission to irrigate through my property. You know, they got rules, and they just want to run them one way, but they don't want to take them the way. If you look at them, it's aggravating, and I'm tired of messing with it. I'm sorry.
You are, Robert, and I'm sorry you had to.
And it just...
Now what are you going to tell me we're going to like?
Oh, okay, sorry, I told you need to run. On your website, you've got maps on there, the Bureau of Reclamation maps, which I love because I can't find them. And they've got the old deeds on there where they were done, because a lot of that stuff isn't even in our courthouses.
Our land records.
Yeah, it isn't even in the courthouse, it's at the UTEP, the old records from El Paso and Hudson County, and you can't get, you waste your time over there.
That's why we have to go by all that stuff.
Yo, but I love it. I didn't realize they were in there, and I was, man,
That's what it is.
that's very beneficial to me. Of course, I'm probably the only person in the world or whatever thinks
I
so.
want you to calm down a little and go look up the Paso del Norte.
Yeah, I will.
deal, okay?
I gotta go, I'm sorry I screwed up your day, and I'm having a long day.
Hey,
I've gotta go put a hose on the
you
tractor
don't mess
down
up my
there.
day, Robert, I do that on my own.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, Robert, see you later. All right, let's go into closed session just to show.